What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 15 highest rated players from NBA 2K17, just pretty much to save my ass in case 2K are striking down these videos. These are not yet confirmed. Well, they are from leaked screenshots that look very much like they are real, especially with 2K striking down a lot of people's videos and suspending Shake and Bake on Twitter, but just to be on the safe side, I am not saying that these are confirmed as the top 15 players. So anyway, at number 15 we've got a four-way tie. Jimmy Butler, Melo, LaMarcus Aldridge and Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns I think is rated a little bit too high. Since last year he wasn't even an all-star, and this year they rated him as a top 15 player in the league. I have no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns' dynamic rating, if they still have it, will go up to a 88 overall because he's exceptional, but I think it's a little bit high to start off. The other three is fair enough. LaMarcus Aldridge and Melo both had solid seasons, and staying at the same rating, I'm okay with that. I think that's fair enough. And Jimmy Butler, I think he was a little bit underrated going into 2K16. I think 88, he should not have been upgraded from 2K16 to 2K17 since he had a better year the previous year, but at the same time, he should have been an 88 in 2K16, so I can't really argue with that. We've got a three-way tie at 12th, and it's Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard and Paul George. I think Kyrie and Damian Lillard have fair ratings. Damian Lillard wasn't an all-star, but he was exceptional. I don't know how he wasn't an all-star, but Kyrie Irving had a poor enough regular season but an exceptional playoffs. That's why I can't see him being... That's why I agree that he shouldn't be too much higher. But Paul George, while I did predict him to be an 89, my reasoning for that was that I thought there was only going to be a certain amount of Amethyst players over 90, but considering that there's so many over 90, and some of them are nowhere near Paul George's level, I think he should definitely be higher. There's then 5 players at 90 overall. Anthony Davis, James Harden, Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins and Klay Thompson. The first 2 players I think deserve to be over 90. James Harden had an incredible year statistics wise, while his overall game wasn't as good as the previous year, which is why he was downgraded. I think he still had a good enough year to stay as an Amethyst. He did average, 29, 7.5, which is 29.7 assists, which is very good. Anthony Davis was injured for a bit of the year, and apart from a few outstanding games, he didn't perform up to his level, the level we expected from him, but he was still really good. I think a 90 overall is fair for him. In the next 3, I think Klay is probably the only one who should be the same or higher than Paul George. Klay Thompson had a really good year and was one of the main reasons the Warriors were one of the best teams in the league. Were the best team in the regular season, and he was their best player in the playoffs. DeMarcus Cousins, an exceptional individual year, but the Kings sucked, so I personally wouldn't put him as a 90 overall, but obviously 2K just looked at his stats rather than how his play affected his team. And then we've got Draymond Green, who I think is one of the better power forwards in the league, one of the most versatile players in the league, but I just do not think he's a top 10 player in the NBA. He looks really good on the Warriors, he fits their system, but if you're putting Draymond Green over players like Paul George, over Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, I just don't think he belongs in that conversation. As top 5 power forward, yes, you can argue that, but I think he should be more of an 88 overall, which is still extremely high, but it's not over Paul George. I think Paul George should definitely have leapfrogged Draymond Green anyway. We've got one player rated 91, and it's Chris Paul, which I think the upgrade of one is fair. I guessed he's going to be kept at 90, but I can't complain with him being a 91 overall. Chris Paul had an exceptional year, and the Clippers were the 4th best team in the Western Conference without Blake Griffin for most of the year. Last season showed whose team the Clippers is. When Chris Paul doesn't play, they lose. When Blake Griffin doesn't play, they get no worse. Chris Paul is arguably the best true point guard in the league, and I think if Blake Griffin can stay healthy, and if Chris Paul keeps playing the way he is, the Clippers are contenders next year. There's no question about that. We've then got a 3-way tie for 3rd, and it is Russell Westbrook, Durant and Kawhi Leonard. I have no problems with this, even though I did predict Westbrook and Durant to be 92 and Leonard to be 91. I'm okay with this, because Westbrook and Durant had equally good years for the Oklahoma City Thunder last year. Both of them were absolutely exceptional, and both of them were, last season anyway, top 5 players in the league, so that's why I'm happy with that rating. I think a 93 overall is fair. And even though I predicted Kawhi Leonard to be a 91 overall, a 93 overall is fair for him. He is one of the best he is the best defensive player in basketball right now, and he's also becoming one of the best offensive players. He's probably the second best two-way player, or best depending on what we look at, with LeBron James, but he's just an incredible basketball player and was the best player by a mile on the second best team in the regular season, the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard is an exceptional player. I think 93 overall is fair for him. And at number 2 we have got the unanimous MVP Steph Curry. I personally think he should have been a 95 just because of the regular season he had. Even though he did seem to choke a little bit in the finals, you can't forget that he was injured. I think a 94 overall is a little bit too low for Curry, but it's not really that big a deal. 94 overall, second best player in the world, that's fair enough. I think he should have been a 95, but that's just my opinion. And at number 1 we have got LeBron James. In my opinion, the best player in the world is the best player in 2K. Surprisingly enough, 2K rated him as a 96 overall. So I have a feeling that 2K are going to scrap their whole gold, diamond, amethyst tiers, which is a bit of a weird thing considering I have those players in the tiers in this video. But anyway, 2K I think would not have released a diamond player to start the game, but they made LeBron 96 overall. So I have a feeling that they're going to go back to the way they did it in 2K15 with rubies, sapphires, onyx, all them players, and all these guys as gold players. But that's just my opinion. It could be completely different. They could start with LeBron as an amethyst, make him nearly impossible to pull in packs so that no one has LeBron, who knows. So anyway, that's the video. These are the top 15 players that are supposedly confirmed. 2K have not released anything official yet, so I cannot say they're confirmed, just so that this video is not struck down. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.